Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds spotted together after It Ends With Us co-star speaks out despite their ugly court battle with Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are managing to live their lives as normally as possible. The two were photographed at an equestrian competition in South Salem, New York. Lively looked solemn, dressed all in blue, standing with Reynolds and friends. The sighting comes just as Blake's hit with what could be another major blow to one of the key allegations in her lawsuit against Justin. Lively's It Ends With Us co-star Adam Monshine is breaking his silence, denying her claims. Monshine, who was mentioned in Lively's sexual harassment lawsuit against Baldoni as she described how uncomfortable it was shooting a scene in which her character Lily gives birth, has come out with his version of events, even saying he is willing to testify. Monshine, who played OBGYN Dr. Dunbar, remembered the day quite differently from Lively. Lively recalled for the delivery scene she was pressured to simulate full nudity, despite no mention of nudity for this scene in the script, and felt forced into a compromise that she would be naked from below the chest down. The way Blake described it, when the birth scene was filmed, the set was chaotic, crowded, and utterly lacking in standard industry protections for filming nude scenes, such as choreographing the scene with an intimacy coordinator, having a signed nudity writer, or simply turning off the monitors so the scene was not broadcast to all crew on set. The docs state that Baldoni and fellow producer Jamie Heath failed to close the set, allowing non-essential crew to pass through while Ms. Lively was mostly nude with her legs spread wide in stirrups and only a small piece of fabric covering her genitalia. The lawsuit continued. Ms. Lively became even more alarmed when Mr. Baldoni introduced his best friend to play the role of the OBGYN, when ordinarily, a small role of this nature would be filled by a local actor. Ms. Lively felt that the selection of Mr. Baldoni's friend for this intimate role, in which the actor's face and hands were in close proximity to her nearly nude genitalia for a birth scene, was invasive and humiliating. Monshine told Extra in a statement, "I'm not going to speculate as to Ms. Lively's motivations for mentioning me in the complaint," adding, "Needless to say, my experience working with her is very different than the one she described in her lawsuit. Indeed, I was surprised to read her description of the scene." By his account, her costume included a full hospital gown, black shorts and torso-covering prosthetic to make her appear pregnant in addition to whatever personal garments she chose. The actor said the shoot was entirely professional and that Blake never complained, because nothing unusual or improper occurred. Adam, who has a Master of Fine Arts in acting and many stage and screen credits, shared, "Ms. Lively's insinuations regarding my qualifications are offensive, as my bona fides are easily searchable online." Monshine also sees himself as a local hire. He stated, "I was, in fact, a local hire. My wife and I are from New York and spend significant time there. As such, I, like any actor accepting that contract, was required to cover my own travel and living expenses in connection with the job." Ryan is returning fire, unleashing a new salvo in his war with Justin after requesting to be dismissed from the This Ends With Us director's $400,000 defamation lawsuit and new court papers. Reynolds is doubling down on his allegations that Baldoni is a predator and demanding a judge dismiss Justin's legal claims against him.